Hey guys, Jack Bennett here. Welcome to the lesson. In the next few lessons, I'm going to be showing you the pattern that I was playing there in the introduction, which is something that I took out of my speed and control workout package. A lot of the questions that I get are things like, how do you play fast? How do you develop speed and things? A lot of today's music is quite busy. It gets quite technical and there's a lot of speed. And so, of course, people want to know how to play fast. The first thing that I'll say about speed is that you've got to be really accurate with what you're doing. There's no point just playing fast and you're completely out of time or you're completely unaware of what rhythm or subdivision you're playing. And the exercise that I'm going to show you today and over the next couple of videos is really good for different reasons. First of all, it's a great warm-up. It really gets the fingers and the wrists and forearms and whatnot nice and warm. You're moving in both directions, so you're moving clockwise and anti-clockwise, and that's good for a couple of reasons as well. First of all, when you're moving clockwise, you're leading with the right hand, and then when you're leading anti-clockwise, you're leading with the left hand. So you're practicing, leading with both hands led, which is really important to develop your technique, both sides evenly. And the other thing with the warm-up side of it is you're actually twisting a fair bit as well as you move. Now, most people's drum kits, if you set up anything like I've got it here, are not a purely symmetrical setup. So, the majority of my drums are off to the right, and the majority of the time that I play, I'm either in the center plane moving down to the right, or I'm on the right coming back to the center. It's pretty rare for me, because I don't have a whole lot of stuff set up on my left, that I ever twist to my left in the same way. In fact, even when I do that, straight away I can feel in my back that it doesn't want to go that way, because I've been playing this way for 20 years. So, I've got to take care of my back in that sense as well. But it's really good for warming up the whole body, this exercise. And the third thing about it is that you would have heard there, you are still always playing 16th triplets, which are 6 notes per beat. But you can see that I'm not always playing 6 notes on each drum. In the beginning I am. In fact, in the very beginning I'm playing 12, then I'm playing 6, but pretty soon I get into only playing 4, and then I get into playing 2 as well. So you end up with some really interesting phrases and sort of rhythmic shapes as you move around the kit. All right, so the pattern to begin with is 2 lots of 16th triplets on each drum, starting with the right hand as we move from the snare down the toms, and that sounds like this. So 16th triplets are, in the older European classical names, are called sextuplets, and they are 6 notes per beat. So you can count it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay, so basically they're twice as fast as triplets. And so we'll start out with 2 groups of that on each drum, starting with the right hand and alternating with single strokes. And you'll want to bounce the sticks nice and high so that you're really working the wrists and really working the fingers at the same time. So let's start with 2 groups of 16th triplets on the snare. Then we're going to move the same thing on first tom, second tom, floor tom, and then we'll stop there and I'll explain how we get back around the kit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, move on the first tom, next, and make them all full stroke if you can. Becomes. Okay, so then we end up on the floor tom, and now we want to get back around the kit. You can incorporate as many different drums and cymbals as you like, but I'm just keeping it at a really basic setup so that most people can play it. So I'm just going to use it on the ride cymbal, the crash cymbal, and the hi-hat, because that's what most people have. But if you've got, like, I've got a little stacker thing here, and you've got other bits and pieces, you've got maybe an extra floor tom, you can of course use them as well. So what we do is we get down to here and we go 1, 2, and then we're going to do another note here, okay? One final right hand, and that then frees up the left hand to start moving anti-clockwise, okay? So the next thing that the left hand will do is play the remainder of 2 beats worth of 16th triplets on the ride cymbal. So you get 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, same thing, 2, 1, 2, keep going, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then when you finally get back to the snare with that right hand and you're back at the start of the whole pattern, then you don't have to do the final note on that drum preceding and then move like you had been that entire time you're moving left, because you're now back at the start and you can go clockwise again. All right? So it sounds like this. And I'll just say 1, 2. so that you can see exactly where I'm landing that first beat of each of the 12 notes. 2 lots of 16 triplets. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're back. All right? Now, it's really important that you're not tight. You know, don't just use wrist stroke like if you're playing mallets or something like that. Make sure that the stick can really move freely inside your grip. Okay, you're going to really rely on that as you move. And I can see there that I'm using both wrist and fingers as I play. It's not a strict wrist exercise, and it's certainly not just fingers. You're going to definitely need the wrist, because especially when you're down here like on slackened floor toms, it's really not a whole lot of rebound. You've got to use the wrist, but don't jam up and be tight, especially as you get faster. That's a hard thing to do, to stop yourself from really getting super tight and trying to use a lot of muscular force as you play faster. All right, let's play a little bit faster now.